Hi, welcome to Living for Later. So, as I shared a month ago, our 10-year-old son Elijah was recently diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and we have made some changes to what he's eating, or we've become a lot more strict with the things that he's eating. And for a lot of people, it's just something that's seen as very extreme. And I already had been doing that extreme way of eating. And my husband, after we had a consultation with a doctor that supported this way of eating for just helping with autoimmune issues, my husband decided that he was going to give it a try. And as a family, we were going to join Elijah, or at least as best as they could join Elijah on this journey. So, one of the things that has to be totally eliminated is sugar. And that is a huge temptation, like most of us, a huge temptation for my husband. And the first day that he went shopping after, he decided that, hey, I'm going to join Elijah on this journey, he ended up going to the grocery store and he was struggling. But he went to the grocery store hungry. And, he came back home and he was like, man, it was just really difficult for me, right? So then fast forward, here we are, a few weeks in, and he went to the grocery store again today. And before he left for the grocery store, he ate. And I'm going to be honest, I was like, ooh, he's going to the grocery store. Lord help him. Give him the grace to just overlook all the temptation that's there, right? So anyway, he came back home today and, I said to him, how was it? He goes, the temptations were still there, but it was a lot easier because I ate before I left. So I was able to see the temptation and not give in to it. It's not necessarily that I wasn't tempted, but I didn't give into the temptation because I ate before I left. And I was like, woo, if that is not a message right there. And I was like, you know what? That's what it's like for us with our walks with Christ, right? The temptation is always going to be there to give into things that we know is not good for us from a spiritual standpoint, things that we know is not healthy for our spirits, right? However, the reason why we're able to give in, or we end up giving in to these temptations, is because we don't feed ourselves before going into battle, right? We don't feed ourselves. And feed ourselves what? Feed ourselves the word of God. And I just realized that, temptations are going to always be before us. But there's something to be said when I take my time to feed and feast on the word of God, that when I go out, even though the temptations are there, I won't give in. It's not that I won't have my moments, right? Where again, it's you have this struggle, but when you have fed your spirit the right thing and you feasted on the word of God, it gives you the ability to say, yeah, I hear you calling my name, but I'm good, sin. I'm going to turn around and go the opposite direction. I'm not going to give into this temptation because I'm filled up on the word. I'm not sitting here with these voids and, my tummy growling because I didn't feed and eat the right things before coming out. So I just wanted to share that with you because, again, I've often said this and I have to say it again. God speaks to us in just our everyday lives, and he just gives us so many examples, and we just have to pay attention. So again, if you feel like temptations are threatening to overtake you, stop and ask yourself, have I filled myself up on Jesus? Have I been in the word, or have I been eating the wrong things that's creating the wrong appetite, and it's really just empty calories, so to speak, and I'm eating, but I'm not eating the right things, so I'm just not filled up, and it leaves me vulnerable to the attacks of the enemy. So again, just want to throw that out there. All right, you be blessed.